Hi, folks. Jared here with the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. Just wanted to join you around midday on this Sunday to kind of set us up as we look at the week ahead. And it does include some rain chances not only for the rest of today, but through the day tomorrow into Tuesday, possibly Wednesday. A few different features working in the atmosphere, so let's just kind of jump right to it. Here's a look at the visible satellite as of about midday out along the Gulf coastline, and it's that broad trough or large area of low pressure that's continued to bring shower activity generally along the coastline over the last couple of days. Check of the radar products is always made possible by Brown's Roofing, and most of the rain has been kind of in bands, in tropical nature, if you will, along the Gulf coastline. Some of those heavier thunderstorms obviously bringing some tropically induced downpours, but most of the heavier rain totals have generally stayed immediately along the coastline. Once you move farther inland, the rain has been virtually non-existent for a lot of areas. You zoom in on the radar a little bit closer to much of southeastern Louisiana and southern Mississippi along the I-10 corridor, and again, shower activity as of midday has been fairly light, but there's been some plenty of lightning offshore. And a check of rain totals over the last 24 hours. Again, this does not obviously fully encompass what we've seen along the coast, but as I've just really stressed, most of the heavier rainfall has stayed immediately along the coastline, or at least south of the I-10 corridor across much of the northern Gulf Coast. Check a futurecast made possible by Bayou Power Sports I-20 Frontage Road in Monroe, and it does start to show as that trough of low pressure, area of low pressure moves inland, kind of focused, centered along the Texas coastline as it wanders inland tonight and tomorrow. But as we continue to kind of send this tropical moisture inland through the course of the day, a few isolated or maybe even widely scattered showers and storms will be possible, especially across our southern counties and parishes as we go through the afternoon hours today, especially along the Mississippi Valley. As we work into the afternoon hours on Monday, that area of low pressure moving farther inland, but we also have a front approaching from the northwest, so two different players in the forecast that continue to drive the rainfall and a somewhat unsettled pattern through the early half of the week, and that brings the rainfall again, mainly scattered through the daytime hours on Monday, but a much better chance of rain for a good chunk of the region. As we go through Monday and into Tuesday, still have the front in place, and we still have a little bit of kind of leftover moisture, but the trough kind of washes out, or all of it just kind of oozes together, if you will. And so we're still looking at the potential for some scattered showers and storms through the daytime hours on Tuesday, and then Wednesday is when we start working that front through the area and perhaps bringing some drier air and at least temporarily somewhat milder air into the region for the middle parts of next week, and then we're back into the upper end of the 80s pretty quickly. Futurecast, basically the exact same thing I just showed you in terms of kind of radar, Futurecast radar, if you will. Here's a look at potential rain totals, and again, this is just a kind of a raw computer model's take on things, and obviously most of us, when you see the rain, are probably going to be in the quarter-inch to maybe three-quarters of an inch range. If you do see those thunderstorm-induced rainfalls, 1 to 1.5 inches of rain in a pretty short manner is not out of the question. The official forecast is generally in that, like I said, quarter to half-inch range forecast for much of the area through much of the next 72 hours. Could see the rain totals a little bit more limited in some spots. Obviously, scattered rain chances yield scattered rain totals, so just keep that in mind. And in terms of heavy rain potential, not really a big concern either. There is an excessive rain outlook mainly focused across portions of the mid-Mississippi Valley. In theory and in essence, it does clip northern sections of Drew County, but again, the rain will probably be quite welcome in many locations. Wind speeds as of midday are still a little breezy along the Mississippi Valley. Most of us generally in the 5 to 10 mile an hour range out of the east, and I would expect those winds to stay breezy through the day tomorrow, generally in the 10 to 15 mile an hour range in most spots. Temperatures as of midday. Most of us are in the low to mid 80s. Some spots still holding on to the upper 70s, but as temperatures refresh over the next few minutes, I wouldn't be surprised for many spots to land in the upper end of the 80s by the end of the day. And many spots will probably be in the low 80s in the next few minutes to the next hour. High temperatures today, generally in the mid to upper 80s. Some spots will probably still see the 90 to 91 degree mark. It's still a pretty warm afternoon, but there will also be the chance for some showers and storms as we work through the day. Most of it of the isolated to widely scattered variety. Low temperatures tonight into tomorrow morning. A little bit warmer and perhaps a little bit more muggy. Again, we're seeing an increase in cloud cover, and actually rain chances continue to linger into the forecast through much of the overnight as well. You'll see that in the 7-day in just a minute. And you start to see the impacts of the rain chances and the cloud cover as we go into the forecast highs for Monday. Most of us landing in the low to mid 80s, but some upper 80s still possible. And then low temperatures into Tuesday, again, still kind of muggy and moisture enhanced, so a lot of us will be in the upper 60s to low 70s. But Tuesday into Wednesday, we compress the air, we warm it up a little bit, more scattered storms Tuesday, front moves through Wednesday, and so you start to see temperatures fall in some locations, especially in the northern counties and parishes. And then as we go through the rest of the week, temperatures kind of rebound rather quickly. So again, there could be a revisit into the mid 80s briefly for some, but then we're back into the upper end of the 80s. The 7-day forecast really for much of the I-20 corridor and points southward doesn't even really reflect that much of a change, but the rain chances are back in, especially for tomorrow and Sunday and Tuesday. But Wednesday, the cold front moves through, a spotty shower or storm possible as the front moves through, but we're also kind of losing the essence of that tropically induced moisture, or at least that surge of Gulf moisture across the area during that stretch. Hopefully that gives you a general idea of what we're looking at as we go through this week. Of course, I will join you first thing tomorrow morning with a look at the forecast. If anything else pops up in terms of the scattered storm potential through the rest of the afternoon, we'll keep an eye on that as well. And, of course, you can always check the radar and the latest forecast at digitalweatherdesk.com. See you tomorrow morning. Have a great Sunday, everybody.